You're watching a CBG TV content provider broadcast.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or CBGTV.com. The medical and health information shared does not constitute a physician-patient relationship. It is provided for general informational and educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional care.
You're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. I said we're getting high because we're pot smoking. We're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. That's right, we're getting high because we're pot smoking. Good morning, sunshine. How you feeling?
WTHC, good afternoon. You are on the Cannabis Chronicles. I am Da.Hippie, and that is my good friend and colleague, Dr. High, and we are here today to talk to you about a whole bunch of good stuff. Hi, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm a little tired. I was up late last night. Did you Did you happen to catch our first episode and airing of Doobies and Dragons?
No, I saw just the start of it this morning, but I had a lot of running around to do.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm just
a startup, man. I got to tell him again. You did a great job, buddy. That was beautiful. It was beautiful.
With what? With the layout?
The beginning and the layout. Yeah, a lot of it. Both of them.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Garrett's got a hold of that software real quick because I've been using it for quite some time. But I see what he's doing in just a matter of a couple of weeks of using it, and I'll tell you, he's making some beautiful stuff.
Yeah,
like really,
I agree.
Really good job. Yeah, really good job.
Then his head will blow up again, and we'll have to pop it again. But
listen, I'll tell you when you're shit, and I'll tell you when you're great. You know what I mean? Like either way, it's just about being straight. And Garrett's doing a great job with that software.
Yeah, all right. He's got the software part down. He's got some issues with some other listening skills, though. But anyway, what's going on? What's new with you? Anything good? Welcome in, everybody. Frank. Hi, Curly Kel. Everybody, good morning.
How you doing, Frank? Kel, how's everybody today? Hope you're all doing good. Hope you're having a beautiful day so far. Mine has just been hectic. Because I only had a couple of hours and I need to go to Costco today because my daughter's got the card, right? But Thursday she has off. So I got to take advantage of that. And I have to, I wanted to get some things done around the house while I had the extra set of hands for lifting and moving. So I'm doing a bunch of stuff around the house. And as soon as we're done the show today, I got to take my car to get the front end aligned. So just a busy day.
Yeah. All right, well, let me tell you something, sir. Have you gotten your package from our friend Anna at Hemp Trails or CBD Plus yet?
Not yet.
Well, let me tell you something, sir. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I feel small today. Why do you look so big?
Me?
Yeah, there. Now I'm bigger than you.
Ginormous head.
You do have a big head. Anyway, my friend Envy and I were hanging out, and he just happened to receive a package yesterday from our friend Anna at Hemp Trails and CBD Plus.
Okay.
And he was going through his, and he pulled out a Mad Honey Brownie.
Okay.
And I just happened to have a Mad Honey Brownie.
Oh, so you had a little consumption.
So we were both a little nervous.
Okay.
We both ate the whole brownie.
Right.
And he was out cold for hours.
He was out cold for hours?
Yeah. It was quite embarrassing.
Really?
Yeah, no. He was, he fall asleep. Yeah, he fall asleep. I battled through it. I definitely could have fallen asleep easily.
During the show?
No. Well, yeah, I guess. No, well, no, we were backstage. This was during our time, my little bit of time I have off, where I'm really not off. I'm in other rooms working with other people
Right.
to get this station bigger and building it.
Right.
But him and I and I don't know. I don't remember who was there. It doesn't matter. We were there and we ate it, and then I think everybody was there. It might have been during the 2 to 4 time when I was back on the air, but not doing a show. Like doing just the radio kind of stuff. And we ate it, and it didn't last very long. I wouldn't say a couple hours, but what a feeling! It was a very strange feeling. Not in a like.
And what is the mad honey made from?
If I remember correctly, it is from the flowers of the rhododendron.
Oh.
And then the bees kind of make love to it or something, and they leave.
Well, it's from the pollen, probably that.
Yeah, whatever. But so let me tell you about the experience. It wasn't an overwhelming. It wasn't scary in any way. It was maybe a little scary in the fact that I was like on the verge of passing out cold, because it definitely made me feel very warm and happy and comfortable and mellow, but no lights, no streaks, nothing like that. Didn't see nothing like that.
Is that the one that's supposed to be MDMA like, or was that the canna?
That's the one we're gonna do. That's the canna. That's the one. You and Envy got some too, so the 3 of us are gonna do it that day.
We'll have to do it on a show.
Yeah, we're gonna start early. We'll have to connect. We'll pick a day.
Maybe if you see me doing this to the screen, you'll know it's working. If I have that need to want to stroke the camera or something,
you're tripping out, and you're like, look at the phone. It's so cool.
That's right.
I don't know. So yeah. So I mean, overall, it was great. I didn't hate it. I don't know. The taste was okay. Envy and I both. All right, I'm not gonna lie. It tasted like shit. It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't. No, it tasted like a brownie. Like it was a brownie. Right. You could tell it was a brownie. It was still very moist and very well packaged. I want to shout that out. It was very hard to get out of my damn package. It was like a battle. But I only have puppet hands, so it's not as easy as you think. But I got it out finally, and I ate it, and it wasn't enjoyable. It wasn't enjoyable. Who's that guy over there? Is that Rampage Kyle over there?
Kyle.
He's on my shit list right now. So
is he?
We're not talking. He died in what's
in
that?
Doobies and Dragons?
Yeah, he died in the first second. He melted and fell into quicksand, and he's gone. He's gone. He died.
Kyle, what happened?
Well,
you gotta look out for that quicksand.
He came in and he had a shit fit because we were using dice on the computer, and I was like, "All right, well, see you later. If you don't want to play, bye, peep."
Well, how else are you supposed to use dice if you don't use them on the computer? Everybody's got to see what you roll.
He thinks I'm just gonna let him roll his dice over there and pretend like I don't give a shit what number he has. We had conspiracies last night with the damn dice on the board. My man was trying to cheat.
Yeah, that's right. The viewers need to see the dice too, because this is not just. It's a visual thing, right?
Kyle game. It's well, now Kyle is no longer a part of it. He can play D&D with his friends, and we'll have our Doobies and Dragons. I'm sorry that Kyle got so ornery, but now we move on. The journey has already started.
Well, in Kyle's defense, it's only the middle of the week, so he's not able to use his medication properly. So.
Well, no, he said he was going to get his medication. He was ornery. In his defense, he was ornery because the bus was late. You can sorry all you want, bro. I'm done. I'm done. I do everything for you, man, and you just come in there and act like an ass on my show. Oh, man, we're good. We're cool. You can hang, but we'll talk later. That's what I got. That's what I got for you. We'll talk later. I'm still alive.
You're still alive.
I made it. I actually saved people's lives. I was worthful. I was important. These dumbasses, they're gonna get killed.
That was important. Well, you're the wizard, no?
Yeah, I'm the wizard. I'm the bright one.
And who else is playing?
Well, it was supposed to be our friend Kyle,
Yeah.
And then it was our friend Beaner, the dumbass down there.
Yeah.
I call him that because he wants to attack everything. He thinks that he needs to fight everybody and kill everybody in our game.
Well, what are you supposed to do? Isn't that the intention?
Not when I have the ability to communicate with people. I had the ability to communicate with the trolls.
And Katie was sleeping. Or did somebody cast a spell that put Katie to sleep?
I tried to keep casting spells to wake her up, but she kept drifting off. It was getting late for her. It was only like 8 o'clock in the evening, but I don't know.
It's tough. Like, I'll tell you, at 8 o'clock in the evening, it's pretty easy for me to fall asleep. So,
yeah, there's our names. I am Hippie, the Neon Skunk Wizard.
So, Bean as Gandalf, KD as Spam, a halfling hippie, the Neon Skunk Wizard.
That's me. Now, let me try to explain it to you because he's special. Beaner, that's him. As Ganjathar, that's his name, Ganjathar. And then he left out what he is because he's a dumbass. And then Katie her name is Spam, a halfling. She's a halfling.
Nice.
And then my name is Hippie. That's my name, and I also am a wizard. So it is Hippie, the Neon Skunk Wizard. Woo!
The Neon Skunk Wizard.
That's my name.
Hi, Lori. How are you?
Hi, Lori. How are you?
Gandalf is a dragonborn. Now we're getting into the realm of I don't understand anymore.
I don't understand.
So
either,
how do the doobies factor into the game?
Well, because I am a wizard of doobage. And so we're able to find doobies, not doobies, but we find buds. Buds equal 2 doobies. So if you find a bud, it equals 2 doobs. And the doobs have...
So the buds are all like
different
between
powers.
1 and 2 grams.
Right. We found one of Kyle's favorites. One of the ones that Kyle's been told a million times to be on. White. Maybe he wouldn't have had rage and quit last night like a psycho. But we found White Widow a couple times, and that would put the people in. They would stun the people. So I was able to use the White Widow on one of the trolls, and we were able to slip past them without them even noticing us.
So where do the trolls come from?
Well, they just happen to come from her imagination.
From Katie's imagination?
No, our friend Pink. She's the doobie master.
Oh, so when you're playing this game, there's a storyline that's controlled by the doobie master.
Right.
So it's kind of like Lord of the Rings, but with a narrator, right?
Right. Kind of, a little bit, but not really. It's more like I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's a lot of fun. I've never played before in my entire life. Like never, ever. I've heard of it, of course. And played it, I beat them.
Well, I've never heard of Doobies and Dragons, but I have heard of the other named version.
We got copyright infringements last night, so we're trying to figure out if they tried to get us on that or if it was some music or something, maybe. But anyway, I used to beat up the guys.
There's our unique unicorn. How are you, Jennifer?
I'm in the middle of talking about beating up unicorns. No, not unicorns. Now you got unicorns.
I was going to say.
Beating up people who play
Dungeons
and Dragons. No.
Oh, the dragon.
No, Dungeons and Dragon nerds. I used to beat them up, and now I'm becoming one. Oh, goodness gracious. That was rough. Just run it. Just stop giving me the finger and just run it. We got a commercial, everybody. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. We love you.
Have you ever pondered cannabis beyond the haze? Would you like to know more about this incredible plant? Dive into drhigh.com. Unlock medical wonders, master home-based crafts, and debunk myths. Do you support our mission? Shop Dr. High AI Haze on Etsy for cannabis-themed clothing, mugs, and digital downloads using original AI cannabis art. Hell, we might even have some psychedelic mushroom items there too. We also have 25 books on cannabis and specific medical conditions available at Dr. High on Amazon.com. drhigh.com, cannabis information, education, and advocacy.
Announcing CBGTV's Bud Break book. Get your copy now. Detailed strain reviews. Every purchase supports the ongoing efforts of CBGTV. Available from Amazon and at cbgtv.com or scan the QR code.
Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has certified medical-grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org. Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located
Their pot
2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need assistance. I need weed.
Just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
Good, everybody. It has been a rough morning for me. Yes, my friend Lee Hacker told me the secret strain of the day, and then I had a sudden onset of CRS, and I haven't been able to get in touch with him again. So go there and tell him Hippie said there's no strain of the day. I don't know. Hippie's too stoned to remember the strain of the day. That's what you got to tell.
So head on into TH&C and just call out any strain.
Go in and say the Hippie's too. What are you waving at me for, you dork? Although this is very important, most important enough to be off. Are you done now? Boss, are you finished? I'm in the middle of a fucking conversation and you fucking just cut me off to play that. I mean, that is important. Yes, everybody, we're having the Eagles of Death Metal here tomorrow night. Be here. It's going to be live right here where you're standing. Be here. It's going to be a great show. Now, can I get back to what I was doing? I would have talked about that in 4 minutes from now. Why am I so freaking far off the goddamn camera? And angrier and angrier as the day goes.
Are you feeling shy today, maybe?
I need to get a mad honey brownie or something, man, because I'm getting ornery.
Did you try any of the gummies?
No, I'm waiting for you, you dork.
Oh, okay.
We're all gonna
do it. I didn't know that was the gummies that were the
the little orange star looking like things. They kind of scare me. You remember the toys that you would put in water and they would swell up and they would become like an octopus or something? That's
the closest thing we had when I was a kid to things that would swell up were those fireworks snakes. You know what I mean? Where you lit it on the end and then it would come out like a snake. But
these things are like, hi, Sky Daddy. How are you?
How you doing, Robert?
Thank you, Lori, for sharing it out so much. We appreciate you.
Always.
That being said, they look like those things that you would put in water, and now they swell up to be a swelled up giraffe or a swelled up fish or something.
As opposed to when you put some things in cold water, they shrink.
Well, yeah. We were going to talk about that. I always bring that up. Speaking of that, I'm getting a hemp penis now, Dr. High. I've decided
nice.
I am going hemp.
Yep. Well, they're eco-friendly.
Right.
That's for sure. And hemp does come with its own superpowers.
Right. And it's going to cut down on my yeast infections.
Right, because it's got some antimicrobial properties. It'll be flame retardant, so you can use as much friction as you want. You're unlikely to set it on fire.
Another good point. Plus, if I burn it again like I did the last time, this time it'll just burn a little and I'll smell it and it'll be all right. Won't hurt as much. It'll be a good smell.
it won't burn. It's got those flame retardant qualities, as we saw in the video.
420, dumbass.
It is. Thanks for letting us know. Come here, Loki.
Hi, Tina.
You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't get high like me. You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't get high like me. Elevate, level up, it's a new game. New day, new place with a new name. I see you watching me do things. You can look, but you just can't touch. I give you more, but you want too much. You sows and sows want such and such. I got news. You can't fill
I
my
am
shoes. 20 years
fantastic.
in the game. I done paid my dues. I seen all the tricks and done sang the blues. You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't get high like me. You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't get high like me. 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 Time's up. Did you do what you wanted? Did you live? Did the kids outweigh the guns? I did. Yes, I did. And the clock's still running. Go for it. Ain't nothing to it. Everybody gonna struggle. Just push right through it. Ain't nobody gonna live your life. You gotta choose. I got news. You can't fill my shoes. 20 years in the game. I done paid my dues. I seen all the tricks and done sang the blues. You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't get high like me. You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't get high like me. 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 You don't get high like me.
Happy 420, everybody. I don't know why I'm glitching out as bad as I am. It couldn't be because we have 700 boxes down here on the bottom.
You never know.
This kid.
Never know. So what's up?
In 2014, Senator Schwenk was approached by some constituents who were advocates of trying to attempt to get industrial hemp
Hey, Vern.
legalized
How
here
are
in
ya?
Pennsylvania.
Who
So
else
in
did I miss?
January of 2015,
Tina, how
at
you
the
doing today,
Pennsylvania
Tina?
Farm Show, we announced that the legislation was going to be introduced. In 2016, it became legislation. The biggest challenge that the senator faced was educating the other members that this was not marijuana, that this was not the same type of plant as marijuana. Of course, it's the cousin of marijuana. But explaining to folks that the THC level would be 0.3 or lower gave them some comfort that they were not participating in, any type of legislation to legalize marijuana, which there was not an appetite to do at the time. The way that this has grown over the last several years, in 2017, there was 13 applicants that were granted permits to grow industrial hemp. In 2018, it went up to 33, and this year, in the 2019 season, it was over 300 applications were granted permits to grow with unlimited amounts of acreage.
The hemp research we're doing at Penn State focuses on the area of fiber production and seed oil production. So it's similar to what a farmer would grow soybeans for, to press seed oil, or we can get textiles out of hemp And so we're also growing it to examine what the uses of fiber are and how we better grow a crop for fiber or seed. So we're examining 12 different kinds of fiber and seed varieties to look at what does the best in Pennsylvania and the rest of the Mid-Atlantic. Many of these varieties were bred in places like Europe and Canada, and we just don't know which ones are going to work the best for our area yet. The other thing we're looking at is how do we best harvest these crops? Do we harvest them early or late? How do we get the best fiber? And should we let it rot in the field for a while before we bale it? What sorts of things can we do as farmers to end up with a good end product?
Our main
It's
function
sad
in
they got to
helping the industry
relearn all
up
this again. You
until
know, this was
very
so
recently
normal
was
back
we were
100
solely
years ago.
focused on getting federal legislation
Growing
passed
hemp.
in order to create
It's too
the
bad
legal
that they let
framework
it slide so
to
that now
start
we
building
don't
this
know
industry and to allow
what's
farmers
the best
to
way to
legally cultivate
produce.
hemp across the country. Now that we've accomplished that, we're still have quite a bit of regulatory work to do with USDA and FDA, but we also strive to provide educational resources to our members, everything from cultivation best practices, learning how to read a certificate of analysis, selecting genetics, and all the different aspects of the industry that farmers and entrepreneurs need to understand before they get into the business.
Some of the upsides for farmers for growing hemp that I've heard farmers talk about are the fact that this might be a good rotational crop to add in among wheat and soybeans and corn. It could potentially be a crop for animal bedding. It could be used for many different things, and so the potential is limitless. However, one of the downsides is that we don't yet have a good infrastructure to process this material yet. So for a farmer, they may be taking on a great deal of risk by growing the crop before a market is truly developed.
My best advice for a new farmer looking to get into the industry is to do your homework. Make sure that you understand the regulatory framework of your state that you're operating in, understanding federal requirements, as well as learning the best you can about what the needs of this plant are. CBD and fiber and grain cultivation are very different. CBD crops tend to be planted more widely spaced. A lot of times people will grow it in plastic to help manage the weeds, whereas fiber and grain hemp is cultivated more like a traditional row crop.
For any farmer who's considering getting into hemp, I would first identify their market. Who would you like to sell to, and what could you get for that crop before doing anything else? Then consider what equipment do I already have so that my investment is low. And so some farmers may be better set up to fiber hemp or grain hemp, while others might think it makes more sense to get into CBD production, which is more of a horticultural setup.
I think it's going to be an opportunity for not only the farming community, but also the business community. And when we get the other issues that we're going to have to face the issue of the CBD oil, because there's a market for that right now. But the problem is the federal government, as we speak today, still considers it a drug. So that's going to be the next hurdle that we're going to have to overcome in bringing industrial hemp to its full capability.
So to get started growing hemp, I would definitely recommend a lot of legwork before making any decisions. There's a lot of decisions from what kind of hemp to grow to how much of it and what kind of equipment I'll need to grow it. And so Penn State has a hemp website to get you started, and it will provide resources to permitting in Pennsylvania through the PDA, and also some budgets that might be helpful for a farmer to run through with their own numbers to find out if hemp farming might make sense for them.
The future of hemp is really only limited by our imagination. We have only begun to scratch the surface. While CBD cultivation and CBD products are what's extremely profitable right now and where the public interest is, ultimately, I personally believe that fiber is going to be the future of hemp. The possibilities for fiber hemp are unlimited. So for nutritional and industrial applications, we really have only just begun. We just need the infrastructure and the equipment to be able to process it. industry is waiting, but there's still gaps in the supply chain. And until we can fill those gaps in the supply chain, it's just going to be slow and steady until we get there, but the future is limitless.
That was pretty interesting. What's up? Did you take a nap?
I dozed off, yeah.
But that was really an interesting
it wasn't because of the video, it was because I'm just sleepy.
That was an interesting little video for sure.
The big guy over here smoked a bowl while we were
and there were some good points made, but what I was saying was it is kind of sad, right? That we have to relearn how to use this plant. Like, it doesn't make any sense because 100 years ago, there was a lot of hemp in cultivation. You know, the equipment is more modern now, but surely the techniques, these farmers back in those days would have figured out the best technique with the equipment they had. So surely it can't be that difficult for them to, you know, get up to speed with it now so that it doesn't take 20 years to become the most important crop on the planet, right? Because it has the potential to be now.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. I would say it is the most important crop, and they've been holding it and hiding it from us forever.
Oh, Vern says she hasn't had a seizure since on vacation. That's awesome, Vern.
Yeah.
That's really good.
What if I told?
Oh God, here we go again. All right. Anyway, what else, Dr. High? Too much stress at home, says Kelly.
Yeah.
It could
Stress is never good, right? Stress leads to a lot of things.
Yeah. That's what I try to tell
when you're under stress, your body releases something called cortisol. And that cortisol is really damaging to the body. It's a stress response, but it's really not good for you, right? It's a thing that makes a problem with, like heart attacks and stroke, and it can manifest itself in so many different things, right? Throwing the body out of balance like that.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And they say one of the biggest things I've always heard is stress causes cancer. Stress causes cancer. I've heard it a million times. Stress causes cancer. If you're a stressed out person, you're making yourself sick. So, I don't know.
I think there is truth to stress making you sick, but the problem is that there's not enough done to address that for people, right? And how to manage it or how to alleviate it, because stress can be, from so many different things, right? It can be from your job, it can be from your marriage, it can be from financial, it can be from if you're in the military, it can be from being a first responder, it can be it can be from so many different ways that can create the stress.
Nowadays, it's probably all of the above for most people. It's like.
Now, it would be nice if pharmaceutical companies would start focusing on how to fix people's stress and stop spending money on restless leg syndrome, eh?
Well, I mean, I agree, as long as they allow us to have marijuana to help with the regular restless leg syndrome. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want people with restless leg syndrome to suffer. I actually have some sort of restless leg shit because after my accident, I gotta like kick my legs every night to get them to like feel normal for a minute, and then I'm able to fall asleep. I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, ever since my accident. I don't
Isn't
know.
that something, eh?
Yeah, it's weird. But when I lay down, they get like a numb feeling in them. I guess probably from my spine issues, maybe.
Yeah, could be.
But then I have to kick my legs. I flip over and I roll on my belly and I kick my legs like a young child.
How do you roll on your belly?
It's not easy. It's more like a teeter-totter.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
But I get the legs going. Flip. That leg.
Frank says that leg shit sucks.
It does.
Yeah.
So then I actually get on my belly and then I kick my legs for like 5 minutes. My wife is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Now she knows. I mean, but
I'm swimming.
in the beginning, she was like, "What are you fucking doing? You've been doing that a lot lately." And I'm like, "I don't know. I have to do it. My legs feel different until I do it. Then I do it, and then my legs feel different for a few minutes, and I'm able to drift off and fall asleep. And then I wake up in the fetal position with my thumb in my mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we could find a way to address stress, and cannabis is really good at a lot of these stress-related things, anxiety.
How come I feel more and more stressed every day about cannabis? Because I get more and more, the more I learn, the more and more angry I get about the nonsense that has been going on behind our backs and the bullshit that they have been pulling and the shit they tried to pull in Ohio there. Thank God somebody had the brains.
Today is the first day of legalized cannabis recreational in Ohio.
Yes.
So shout out to Ohio. Congratulations. Do we have a lot of viewers from Ohio today, or are they all busy out there getting stoned in public?
Getting high. That's why our numbers are a little lower today, because all of
because I'm not seeing a lot of our normal Ohio folks. So I'm thinking that maybe they're all out enjoying this newfound freedom.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't blame Michael.
No, I wouldn't blame him at all.
Michael was with me doing the show this morning, baking up all morning, man. He was like a chimney over there in the back room. He was baked the whole time.
And do you think today was the first day he's been like that?
No.
I didn't think so either.
He's as crazy as he is, but we're not going to tell them that. But
how was his beaver report this morning?
Oh, that's only on hump day.
Oh, that's only on Wednesdays. Thank God for that.
And Fridays is collecting cocks with Kelly. Yeah.
And that's only on Fridays.
I think we came up with a different name, but that's only going to be on Fridays, and she does not want to participate. So it's going to be a tough one. But you know what I did right now? We had breaking news this morning while we were live on the air.
Oh, yeah, that was what?
Rampage and chaos is going wild in Ohio right now. All
What's
the
that?
potheads, all the potheads are breaking into the stores, looting. There's fires everywhere. It's been out of control since midnight. Yeah.
Conglomerates have been busy compiling their 6 plants from each grower so they can flood the illegal market with fentanyl and
flying out of the
fentanyl-laced weed.
Yeah, everything's getting covered in fentanyl. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's pure madness over there in Ohio right now.
It is. Keep your children off the street, folks.
Oh, my God.
Recreational marijuana is now legal.
They have now officially classed it a danger zone, and you are to stay in your houses.
Yep.
Do not go outside because there is fire and and craziness. There's zombies walking around.
I heard Donald Trump was actively trying to get the committee together to get a wall built around the perimeter of Ohio.
We talked about that as well. They're going to put a wall around Ohio because we don't want you crazy bastards smoking your weed out here, you freaks.
But you better extend that wall into Lake Erie, because if you wall up all of Ohio, their only escape is towards Canada.
Right. That's where we want them to go.
That's where they'd be happy.
They would be. I want to go. But no, I'm only kidding, everybody. You don't have to take cover. Everything's fine in Ohio. We're
going to start an Orson Welles type situation, a War of the Worlds thing, where people are tripping out.
Yeah, everybody's going to be running around, going into their bomb shelters. Oh my God, there's weed brokers everywhere.
You're going to see an exodus of cars out to the middle of Wyoming, where they have all the old
getting gas,
military silos,
trying to get out of town.
We
gotta go. It's reefer madness. Oh my goodness.
The only reefer madness I ever believe is the reefer madness that occurs when everything goes on sale 50% off for.
When I run out, that's when
that's a bit of it too.
Kicks in. I'm like, all right, well, where am I going to find some more?
Yeah.
Who do I call now? Which one of my friends? But not even that anymore. Now I just go to, it doesn't even kick in anymore. I guess it's when the cash runs out. That's when I go into reefer madness and I can't afford to go buy more.
You know what, though? Now that you got that new dispensary, I think you're going to be
Oh, yeah, I can walk there. I'm so
You're going to be okay. You haven't been to the regular dispensary since, have you?
No, I haven't been in like a month and a half now. Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
I was just saying this morning, I'm not sad, but I'm not thrilled either. You know, like I miss some of the other stuff.
You have double the money in your pocket now.
Oh, yeah. No, I buy double the amount and I just have it for longer. I just have it for a lot longer now. Yeah. No, definitely. I've definitely saved a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's towards other things now. It's going towards the business and things like that. So.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely not.
You know?
That being said, it also helps with the bills a little, you know, so.
Yeah. Which matter.
Yeah, Mississippi seems to care about those ones a lot.
Yeah. I know. I had to deal with them this morning myself. I always hate it. Transfer. Oh, numbers going down.
Zero, negative.
But crypto's been going good, so I've been feeling pretty good the last few days since I've been looking at it again.
Seeing that glow in your face again. That glow is
I'm happy. I'm happy about that. I never intended to. I put money into it about I'm going to say in 2021. I started investing some money, but the intention was not to touch it for 10 years, no matter what, just to put it in and let it ride and see what happened, right? And for the last year, it's kind of sucked a lot. Like I'm down probably 60% in value, but I still have everything that I put the money into, right? So it could rebound, and right now it's on a rebounding type trend. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of weird business in there, though, with guys like Sam Bankman-Fried and some of the funny business that actually did go on inside that industry is not cool.
Yeah, that's why I'm not even involved.
No, I think Bitcoin is the only place that you're safe.
Big banks and system there, yeah. Wells Fargo, baby.
Well, Bitcoin is a place that you could be pretty safe because all the big investment like BlackRock and Grayscale and all these big people who have assets under management in the United States where people invest, they want Bitcoin. They want to be able to offer Bitcoin to their investors. And the beauty of Bitcoin is there are 21 million Bitcoin. There'll never be 21 million in one. It's a finite amount. There's never going to be any more. See, with gold, when gold prices go down, the mines slow down their production so that there's less gold in the market and they can try and keep the value up. When gold prices are up, gold mines speed up their production to be able to put as much gold into the process as possible while the prices are high. So even gold, where they say you should put your money where, in gold, right? It's a safe thing. It's a precious metal. And, a lot of wealthy people put it into gold. Gold is still manipulated. Bitcoin can't be manipulated because there are 21 million of them and there'll never be any more. And there's 42 million millionaires in the planet. So there are double the number of millionaires that there are number of Bitcoin, which makes it, an interesting proposition. So I think when the states gets around to regulating it, which they will do because they have a lot of pressure from the financial industry to regulate at the minimum Bitcoin. Bitcoin has the potential to be a very, very good investment if you're in early. You know what I mean? But outside of that, the rest are like going to Vegas. I think it's a casino thing, right? It's a gambling thing. But Bitcoin, I think, is pretty safe. It has its ups and downs, but I think overall you can't ultimately lose with it if you plan to hold it for a long period of time.
All right. Well, with that being said, we'll be back. We got to run a commercial. You're hanging on the Cannabis Chronicles with Da.Hippie and Doktor High.
And that was not financial advice.
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Forge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Forge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd. add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd. today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Hey, Mrs. Hippie, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them on the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA.
They are badass.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking to have some crocheted, made by hand stuff like your Grammy used to do for you? Then you need to check out You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets hats, she crochets animals, everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers, banners for your business. Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an I Hate My Ex sticker? She's got you covered. Anything, and I mean anything that you may need. She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok.
We're back. All right. Before we get started, Dr. High, I got to talk to Beaner for a second.
It's so Christmassy that.
Beanbag. Hold on. Don't get into that yet because you're not going to want to hear this then. Beanbag. Next year, start that shit on the 24th, not a day before. Bah humbug. I didn't write any of that. You don't see my signature on any of that crap. Beanbag went above and beyond and made that malarkey.
That malarkey.
He didn't even spell my name.
That's funny.
Not Mr. Hippie. It's Da.Hippie. Mr. and Mrs. Hippie. The hell. All right. Anyway, Dr. High, we're back. Welcome back, everybody, to Cannabis Chronicles. As you can tell, I am a Scrooge when it comes to that holiday. I don't like it at all.
No,
I want 8 crazy nights. That's what I want.
Well, I don't know. My house is starting to come together a little bit, so I'm feeling not too bad.
I know you're all excited because you got your kids. My kids hate me right now, so I don't even.
Yeah, I was out with my daughter this morning, and I'm like, "So, what do you want for Christmas?" You know? She's like, "Cash."
Cash.
And I'm like, "Cash." That's not a present, you know. She said, "But it's what I need."
Right. It's what I need.
So I don't know. I'll have to find a creative way to wrap it up.
You threw her 20 grand and said, "Have a great Christmas."
Oh yeah, well, don't I wish? If I was well off like that, I would definitely be crazy with my kids. They would have it so good, but
don't do it, because then they come up spoiled little punks who hate you.
Well, part of I can really see the difference in my two children, right? Because my daughter, back before I went to prison, we had money, right? I made money. I made 50 grand a week at least. So she lived very well, right? Like consumption was no problem. My son was very, very young when I went to prison, and he went through the tough times. He grew up for those 8 years when there was no money, right? When things were tough, when it was just getting by kind of money, but not living well, just living.
Yeah, both of my children have been blessed with a very tough time. So yeah. No, unfortunately, my wife's business started to take off and was doing really well. And we started to live that lifestyle, and things were doing well for a couple years, and then unfortunate things happened. And
and it always does, right?
And now we're back to that original lifestyle, which I was okay with. We're not broke, but we ain't living the life.
That's where you come to realize that the most important thing in life is time, not anything else, right? Like
that's what I'm trying to explain to Mrs. Hippie is.
Yeah, time is really the most important thing in life.
Here, let's do what we enjoy and stop worrying about paying bills.
But what I was going to say about my kids is my daughter is very frivolous with money. You know what I mean? She's a spender. My son is the exact opposite. He saves. You know what I mean? He invests his money. He saves. So the only thing I can attribute the difference to is the environment and the time in which they were growing up, right? The way that they view money. And I think it's much better for a kid to grow up tough and learn that without it, life can be difficult. So, you know what I mean? Be a saver.
That's the difference between Mrs. Hippie and I. I mean, I'm sure they had their tough times, and I know they weren't rich or whatever, but they were okay, throughout their whole. And I came up in a totally different world, I'm used to this, no love, tough life, and she's used to this, like Chris, and just talking about the holiday only, she's very into the whole holiday spirit. And first of all, my mom died Christmas Day, so I'm not interested in it at all. And then on top of it, I don't like when we're not wealthy and I can't do what I want to do for people, and I want to give gifts and love to people. And when I'm making a tray of cookies,
but love is the gift, Hippie. Love is the gift.
I'm more financial, okay? No, but I agree, and she's taught me that over the years. We've been together 20 years. I'm accustomed to giving crap to people and being like, all right, here's a fucking tray of cookies. I feel horrible, but that's all I can afford at this time.
I don't even remember the last time my wife and I bought each other presents for.
We don't buy each other presents.
The holidays.
She's a dumbass, and I'm not falling for it. So I'm not falling for it. We made an agreement when we got married that it was all about the kids, and we'll take care of the kids, and we don't
exactly
other whatever, and then every year, she'll sneak a gift into me, and I'll be like, well, I didn't get you nothing because I'm not falling for you. I'm not falling for it. We agreed.
Yeah, that's it.
And she gets mad, and I'm like, well, we made a rule. I'm not bad here. We made a rule. We're not doing anything until,
Yep.
But now the kids are starting to get older. I guess I should probably buy her a gift or two. But now I'm broke. I don't make any money. The radio station makes just enough to keep the radio station going.
That's going to change. We're going to build something awesome here.
I hope so. I'm working my ass off. I'm hoping.
Listen, it's got a good foundation. That's where it starts, right? The rest is all about promotion and providing, good content and good entertainment that people are interested in and that helps them.
The numbers,
you know what I mean?
Consistently,
because it's really about them, right? This is why we're here.
It's the entertainment. Yes, it's
Yeah,
for the people
100%.
that are watching. I hope that they love
Just
it.
to inform, to entertain, to educate, to help if we can when people have questions or want to know more.
Guys, if you're new here, don't be afraid to speak. Go over there, right in the chat. Unless you want to talk to us privately, and you can always reach out to either one of us privately, and we'll talk to you. But I mean, you know, if you got questions about medical marijuana, any type of marijuana, hemp, anything like that, we're here for you. I mean, from manufacturing to growing to everything.
You want to know how to do it at home? You know what I mean? How to save money? How to
what type
of
what
products to buy? What works for you? We can talk about any of that.
Look up your dispensary and tell you what to get if you want to know what to get that day. If you're looking for, stop
100%.
giving me the fucking finger down there, you fucking.
And I like what Tom said. Tom says you can't take anything with you, so you got to enjoy life as much as you possibly can.
Right. That's what I'm like. You know, like we only have a certain. You only die once. That's my saying. You know that.
Yeah.
You only die once. You live every day.
But you get to be like a child twice.
Yes, when you get older and you get to shit your pants again and have some young lady come and wipe your ass. Yeah, I look forward to those days as well.
Yeah, it's coming.
We got about 2 minutes until our Zen moment of the day. What do you want to talk about for 2 minutes?
I don't know.
Did you make a Zen moment?
Actually, I sent Garrett a couple of videos about hemp because we were on the hemp today, and there's an interesting one that I sent him called "Why This Plant Can Save the World," and I think that would be interesting to watch after the Zen moment to see, you know, what's really possible out there.
Yeah, as long as Garrett can take me down so that we're down behind the scenes over here so I can smoke weed and watch movies. I like to smoke weed when I watch movies.
Why can't you smoke weed when you're...
Because I only have
you just go back to sleep.
Dork.
Yeah, but you can just lay down. You can take a nap. Well,
I like to be here
while your partner smokes weed.
Whatever. Let's go.
Yeah.
Do it, dumbass. That was a much shorter Zen moment than I was expecting. I had my hands in my crotch here. I appreciate you guys giving me any type of warning.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't get a chance to make one today, and I try to make them like 2 minutes, you know. Yeah. But
CJ is here.
Yeah,
did you ever get to check into her Ben Roethlisberger shit that she was asking about?
Dr. Solomon's. I had a hard time getting it up yesterday, but
Dr. Solomon's.
Like we talked about. Yeah, it was the 1-to-1 CBD RSO, or the RSO that was a 1-to-1. And my question there, I don't know, that could be a great product, but when you make RSO, basically you're taking whole plant material and you are extracting it with ethyl alcohol, and then you're removing the alcohol to end up with the oil, and that's what RSO, right? It's full plant. It's FICO, full extract cannabis oil, or ricin oil. So there is no strain on the planet that comes in at 37% THC and 37% CBD, or whatever the numbers were. They were right around 34, 37, something like that.
I get what you're saying.
So my question is, how did you make that product? because it doesn't make sense, right? So what have they done to control like that? Have they done an extraction and created an RSO, a base RSO, and then manipulated it through adding either in CBD distillate or a THC distillate to bring the numbers to what they are tested or reported to be? Because you can't do that naturally, right? Like in the process of making RSO,
do you want to call them?
You're not going to hit that exact number. So it makes me curious. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how that's possible. Like RSO is obviously concentrated, right? But there's no strain that gives that. Like you look at the highest strains of CBD, like let's say like Charlotte's Web, you're going to hit maybe 20-21% CBD, right? And your highest strains of cannabis are hitting like 30. You might have some at 31 or 32, but they're really unusual to find at those kind of numbers, right? Those are the unicorns out there. So I don't understand how they're making a 1-to-1 ratio, unless that 1-to-1 ratio was much smaller, you know?
Yeah.
Like how are they controlling it to that point? I don't understand without it not just being, like I said, it could be a base RSO, but then they're playing with it in there to make it a uniform product across the board, so to speak. That's all. It doesn't mean that it won't work. And 1-to-1, as we know from Dr. Harris, is the optimum ratio, right? Equal parts CBD and THC is the optimal ratio for an RSO or for dosing, right? Huh?
Yeah. I said I recall him saying that. Yeah. Optimal. Yep. Did it work for you, CJ? I'm fucking glitching out, bro. I'm glitching out, man.
How you doing, Martin? Joining us all the way from another continent on the other side of the world. See, isn't that great to be international?
I love it.
Worldwide.
I am making friends all over the world.
Yeah, it's very cool. Because, you know, the world is changing and hemp is emerging across many, many different markets. So.
Oh, she didn't try it.
CJ, what I'm not saying that it's a bad product or it's a product you shouldn't buy. I'm just saying that I'm curious as to how it's manufactured to achieve those kind of numbers. It's not a bad thing.
Did you find it at a dispensary, CJ, or did you find it somewhere like at a festival or something to that effect where somebody was selling it?
Well, I saw the website. There was a Dr. Solomon's website.
Oh,
so Dr. I don't know. It could have been from there, but
is he a drug dealer as well? Does he have like a strain of weed and all that, or
I don't know. I only saw oils. But I didn't look past the first page because I found it right on the first page. So, you know, it has me a bit curious, but I'm not saying that it's not a product you should use.
Well, I'm saying we should call him and we should call him and ask him about why and how this works.
I don't think Dr. Harris has never recommended a specific brand of any type of medicine, and I'm not sure that he ever would. But the thing is that you need to buy from reputable sources, right? You don't want to be buying from somebody who's operating under the 2018 Farm Bill and has a website. You want to be buying from the legal distribution chain in your state, right? But you're in Pennsylvania like the hippies, so you want to be dealing with a regulated distribution outlet. That's the only way that you can be quite sure in the product that you're buying, right? Because there has to be some standard that they're being held to, because your dispensaries are only medical.
All right. Well, how long is that video you wanted to run? Do we have time before this 420 break that's coming up?
No, I think it's about 14 minutes.
Oh, well, we have perfect time then. Run it.
What if I told you that there was a miracle plant? One that had over 25,000 uses, from rope to clothes to concrete to medicine. a plant that grew quick and tall, that dug its roots deep into the dirt and sequestered tons of carbon back into the soil while sucking up polluting metals back out of it. Could you guess what it is? I'll give you a hint. It's been demonized for its association with its cousin, weed. That's right, this miracle plant is hemp. But in the US, it's barely grown. So why, if hemp can do such good, has it been so villainized in the eyes of Americans? This is the story of how the United States almost had a sustainable hemp-based society and then threw it all away. This video is sponsored by CuriosityStream, which now comes with Nebula for free when you sign up using the link in the description. Hemp, a non-psychoactive strain of the cannabis plant, seems like it can do everything. It's one of the fastest growing plants on the planet. It's able to sequester 15 tons of carbon dioxide into the soil per hectare and crowds out weeds to such an extent that very little herbicide is needed to grow it successfully. When implemented in a crop rotation, hemp can be a boon to farmers. Indeed, the Rodale Institute found in their hemp cover crop trials that yields of soybean and wheat increased in the next year while weed pressure dwindled. This might be in part due to the plant's ability to pull heavy metals like cadmium and lead out of the soil while aerating the subsoil with its root system, ultimately leaving a healthier soil for the next plant. In short, hemp's impact on the soil is minimal while also sequestering a massive amount of carbon in a very short period of time. But hemp's benefits don't end on the farm. As I mentioned earlier, according to the USDA, it has over 25,000 uses. Its seeds are nutrient dense and can be eaten raw or made into milk or oils. Its stalks can be used to make fiber that's stronger, more absorbent, more durable, and better insulating than cotton. And if clothing isn't what you need, then you can make hemp paper or even hemp concrete. That's right, concrete. When you mix the wooden refuse from the hemp fiber making process with a lime-based binder and water, you get a hardened substance similar to traditional concrete. As a result, a meter squared area of hempcrete can sequester up to 16 kilograms of CO2 equivalent over its life cycle. And all of this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are many more applications like insulation that can be made from hemp. So if hemp can fulfill so many needs, then why isn't it all over the place now? Back in 8000 BCE, Mesopotamians were weaving hemp cord into pottery. That's right, hemp was getting used as far back as 10,000 years ago. In fact, the plant is one of the first cultivated crops. In China, hemp has been continuously cultivated for over 6,000 years, with farmers first converting crop into textiles and then later in 150 BCE into some of the first paper. And from the paper of the Magna Carta to the very sails that brought the violence of colonialism to the shores of North America, hemp has been part of history. In fact, the early days of the United States were marked by an intensive hemp economy. In 1535, King Henry VIII of England required farmers to sow at least a quarter acre of their land with hemp, because at the time, 80% of clothing was made from hemp. As a result, the American colonial project partly developed on the back of hemp. The first American colony in Jamestown, Virginia, mandated farmers grow hemp in 1619. And soon after, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and the Chesapeake Bay colonies all enacted similar laws. Hemp was even used as a form of currency in some colonies. George Washington farmed hemp, and so did Thomas Jefferson. In short, hemp was a cash crop in the American colonies. But there was a problem. Hemp required a significant amount of labor to harvest and process. This was solved at first by the violent use of forced labor of enslaved people. But as the cotton industry soon took off and the cotton gin made cotton that much quicker to process, hemp products slid into a decline. But the story doesn't end there. Hemp farms in Missouri and Kentucky continued to pump out fibers for sails and textiles throughout the 19th century and into the early 20th century. But it's here in the early years of the 20th century that we begin to see the last threads of the American hemp industry wither away. The American hemp industry was struggling in 1919. Steam engines were replacing hemp sails, cotton was overshadowing hemp clothes, and there was not yet an industrialized mechanism to keep up with the advances of logging and alternative textile industries. But that year, a promising development appeared on the horizon. A man named G.W. Schlichten took out a patent for a machine that would reduce the labor required to produce hemp by a factor of 100. Essentially, it was a hemp version of the cotton gin. Everything was ready for an American hemp boom. The tools were there, the crops were sown, and then because of stoked up racist anti-Mexican and anti-Chinese fears of weed, states like California and Texas outlawed recreational use of the drug. And as a result, hemp's association with its psychoactive cousin gave investors cold feet. So Schlichten wasn't able to take his plans to market. And soon after, hemp farming declined rapidly from 41,200 acres in 1917 to just 600 acres in 1929. America's hemp industry was at death's door. And the final nail in the coffin was the Reefer Madness propaganda campaign of the 1930s.
Marijuana, the burning weed with its roots in hell.
The campaign was rumored to have been partially driven by newspaper tycoon William Randolph Hearst's fear of hemp overtaking traditional paper-making operations, as well as the fossil fuel chemical company DuPont's desire to crush any resurgence of hemp that would threaten to compete with their new plastic fiber invention, nylon. Reefer Madness ruthlessly villainized weed, and through association, hemp. Steeped in racism and fear-mongering, the campaign was largely a success in the eyes of its conservative creators, and by 1937, the Marijuana Tax Act was implemented, which placed a heavy tax on the sales of any cannabis product, including hemp products. The tax and the plant's stiff competition left hemp farmers withering, except for a brief period in World War II where the US government spurred the growth of hemp to create military goods and uniforms.
Hemp for mooring ships, hemp for tow line, hemp for victory.
By 1958, however, industrial hemp had all but gone extinct in the United States. But now, in 2021, a new hope is growing for the American hemp industry, one that could possibly point us towards a sustainable, plant-based future with a much smaller impact on the ground and the planet. After almost 70 years of lying dormant, the seeds of hemp are sprouting through American soils once again. As of October 2019, 46 states in the US are allowed to grow hemp for commercial purposes. Hemp was removed from its classification as a Schedule I drug and is now considered a commodity crop in the eyes of the federal government. Driven by a boom in CBD and hemp-based foods, over 148,000 acres of hemp were farmed in 2019. And the IMARC Research Group predicts that the hemp market will expand by 18% by 2026. This is promising, but in order to truly live up to its potential, the hemp industry not only needs to develop much more quickly, but also expand outside the realm of CBD. Hemp concrete, hemp fuel, hemp clothing, hemp insulation, and hemp paper could all potentially replace their current counterparts. But the question is, if hemp production is scaled up, will it actually be better than the current industrial agriculture practices, or will it just be another commodity crop like corn?
And I feel that that plant can help us undo the mess that we've made, but we have to approach it right. Because we will get nowhere if we continue with the same aggressive industrial behavior.
That's Winona, co-founder of Honor the Earth, hemp activist and member of the Ojibwe Nation. Here, she drills down into the heart of the matter when it comes to hemp cultivation. While hemp is certainly more sustainable than the fossil fuel-derived plastics or carbon-hungry concrete we currently use, an industrialized hemp system very well goes back into the same hole we've been trying to dig ourselves out of. If we carry over our same capitalist industrial agricultural systems into hemp farming, we're going to get a whole lot of CBD and tired soil. A transition into a hemp economy could, however, offer a pivot point, a point that moves from extractive monocultural farming to regenerative polycultural stewardship. This means using appropriate technologies, no-till methods, compost, and crop rotations, among many other systems, to not only sequester carbon, but heal the soil as well. And these sustainable methods are already being developed by people like Winona, who helped establish the Tribal Hemp Initiative through the Anishinaabe Agricultural Institute. Up in northern Minnesota, Leduc and many others are working to bring traditional hemp farming techniques in parallel with modern practices to create a thriving indigenous-led hemp industry. An industry that runs counter to a fossil fuel-thirsty industrial agriculture by demonstrating that a more ethical world is already possible. Leduc is showing us just the tip of the iceberg, because if cultivated properly, hemp could change the world. We just have to pay attention to soil between our toes, the land all around us, and have the courage to transition to a new agricultural system. If you're interested in learning more about the specifics of hemp concrete, then you're in luck. I wrote a little bonus section about hempcrete, but I didn't feel like it fit well with the rest of the video. So I've uploaded that section as an extended edition of this video on the streaming platform my creator friends and I built called Nebula. The bonus content replaces...
Interesting, huh?
It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Absolutely amazing, interesting. I'm at a loss for words because it just pisses me off, and I'm like,
yeah, it's not right because, like the world is in a crisis almost these days with what's going on, right? Like we see all the floods, the forest fires, all these things that are a result of crop failures and all this sort of stuff that's a result of what we've been doing to the planet over the last, 200 years since we've become kind of industrialized. And there's a solution.
Yep.
But they don't want to implement it. You know what I mean? Because other industries stand to lose their livelihood in some ways. You know what I mean? Because if people have two choices, right? Do I go with regular concrete, which has all these negative environmental effects, or do I go with hemp concrete that has all these positive environmental benefits? People are going to go with hemp. You know what I mean? Like they're always going to choose side-by-side comparison. Anybody who's interested in what products are doing to the planet, people are always going to side with hemp because it's negative.
But I mean, hempcrete's out there now, so it's just a matter of making the decision to go with it, right? I mean, I can just... If I build my new house when we become billionaires, I'm going to decide to go with hempcrete. That's available to me.
Is it available to you? That's the question.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like that guy, I saw a whole bunch of blocks in that building.
Right, but where is that building? You know what I mean? Is that building in Canada? Is it in the States? Is it in Europe someplace? I mean, where is it? Where is this happening? Who is doing this process?
Well, I think that I had a gentleman on. I'm telling you, I got to look for his info.
Yeah.
That guy. And I think that they're all into that, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it might be him. I'm telling you, he was we had a pretty decent dude on. I can't remember his name. Damn it.
Well, and it's interesting, right? You heard a statistic he gave you there that one block of hempcrete the guy was holding up would sequester 16 kilograms of carbon dioxide. So just that one block, 16 kilograms. So think about how many blocks like that would it take to build a home?
Yeah. And
then start doing the math about, let's say it takes 500 blocks to build a home.
Right. But it's
for every 100 blocks, that's 1,600 kilos.
And I guarantee it's cheaper to make that than it is to make cement.
But even if it's the same price, cement damages the environment.
Right.
Hempcrete heals the environment. So it's still a better choice. And that's what I'm saying. Like side by side, of course, these companies are going to vie against hemp because side by side, hemp always wins.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Happy 4th to everybody. Let's do it.
Yes, it is.
Green. We got to talk about this after the show.
You say you need a green?
Just know it ain't cheap, ho. I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag? Just know it ain't cheap, ho. I'm rolling deep. Got Nikes on my feet. All these hundreds in my pockets make my body go weak. What you need, hit me up, I can make your life complete. Just dial my number, leave a fucking message at the beep. This is heat, and you know it, say capiche. And we golden, we going to uncharted territories that they ain't showing. But I'ma do it different, me and my team on a mission. Throwing shots back, come visit the clinic. Doctor, please fill my prescription. Give them what they want, even if they didn't ask for it. Feeling like a Don, smoking Cuban with no passport. Luxuries, exotic, I got it. Fuck with me, bitch, please, don't want no problem, cause you know I'm psychotic. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. This life I'm living is something I could never envision. Just push your limits, you'll get it, I promise you'll get it. I started from the bottom, smoking roach after roach. It ain't no problem, more fire than lava. I'm the king of the jungle, my name Mufasa. Lion roaring like a monster, this the appetizer. You my main course and that's not surprising. How can you tell me that this ain't fuego? They know, that's why they be screaming out my name, ho. Hey yo, this that shit, grab a 40 and a spliff. Light it up, let's get trippy up in this bitch. No, I'm not one for quitting, I'm too legit. That's why I said he be making hits, coincidence? Not likely, but what's the difference? Nothing, bitch. So, I'ma ask you one more time, what you need? Ready for anything, don't fuck with my company. R.I.P. to this beat, Gucci green, the best thing you ever seen. Waking up at the crack of dawn for a G, you a fiend. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho.
WTHC, we are back. Welcome back, everybody. You're hanging on the Cannabis Chronicles. I am Da.Hippie. This is my buddy, Dr. High. We are here for your disposal.
For your disposal or at your disposal?
For your disposal.
We don't want to be disposed of anytime soon, do we?
Throw us away. Just throw us away. No, I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, here we go again with this guy. The videos. The videos after video after video. He doesn't even.
I think it's commercials.
He doesn't even want us to talk anymore. He just wants to play videos. He's like, if I just play videos all day, they'll shut up and I can be in charge.
There you go.
Anyway, what were you going to play there, young man? What did you have this time?
That's where it all began, right here in Sisters. You can see our greenhouses down through here.
Which you won't do this year?
We'll start early next year. I'm super excited about that. And then behind it, you'll see our teepees, and that's the Sykes, another crazy Sykes invention right there. But you know, I'm a believer in necessity. I may not be able to afford fancy, but if it works, at least in my mind, I'm going to try it. And then if it really works, I look like this crazy goofball because it's something that nobody's seen that before. But we have a very special climate in the high desert.
Right.
So it's dry, and we have an afternoon breeze every day that you can almost count your watch to. And so Mother Nature will help you dry. And then the rest with the idea, you know, I drive through farms or different agricultural products, and I look at it.
Pretty.
And I was going through Tri-Cities, and they had these huge poles and pulley systems over these crops. And I was looking at a very high-tech hop farm, and I was wrapping my head around that as I was going through, and that's how this teepee idea came up.
So is that cannabis or hemp?
Hey there, Bailey Sweet with Harvest Helper Trim Store. I'm in the beautiful Bend, Oregon. I'm at Big Top Farms, and I'm taking a tour on some new methods that are really interesting. I thought you guys would like to see this. This is Sykes Mitchell's teepee, and you can see how windy it is, and these are just flowing like sheets.
But they're loving it.
On a cloud, but not going crazy. Look, if you look on the ground, there's almost nothing.
Okay.
So it's just literally protecting itself. It's like nature's drying right here. The bud has a nice texture intact. It's not overdried. Okay, so Sykes already has all of his plants out of the ground, but we're gonna go from that point, from the point of the plants coming out of the ground, through his whole process, through his automated drying, his separating, his bucking, trimming, packaging, sorting, inventory, all the things he has to go through to make this come together and happen and grow year after year.
Yeah, so there are the two things that we're talking about, right? Production for CBD and then production for fiber and seed. You know?
Yeah.
So he must be a CBD producer.
Well,
because-
so did you play the one from Pennsylvania? Was that one? That was Oregon, I thought.
Yeah, that was Oregon.
You did, or you told me to go fuck myself? Is that the middle finger or the pointy finger? Oh, pointy finger. Pointy finger. 1 minute, he said. 1 minute.
If it doesn't have FU, it's not the middle finger. We already watched that one. Unless it's the same company. It's nicely budded, though, eh?
In 2014,
All seed.
Schwank was approached by some constituents who were advocates of trying to attempt to get industrial hemp legalized here in Pennsylvania. So in January of 2015 at the Pennsylvania Farm Show, we announced that the legislation was going to be introduced. In 2016, it became
Stoner, we watched this one already. Well, then turn it off, you dipshit. I don't want to watch it again. What is he doing? Maybe if the roach wasn't hanging out with them, having butter together.
Oh, perhaps they're up to no good.
They're over there licking the butter sticks.
Did they end up doing the butter?
But Roach went and bought butter himself and said, "Screw this genius over here with his margarine."
And how did it turn out?
Well, you can tell dumbass to come up here. They're both there.
Oh, Roach left. He'll be right back. But it's fine. Yeah, it turned out good.
It turned out.
Yeah. What did you end up doing? You end up doing the whole 195 grams?
No, I only did a little bit of it. I mean, like probably a quarter of it.
So how many pounds of butter did you use?
Still the 2. So, but it's super potent. Like it's great.
So you used 2 pounds of butter, and you're figuring maybe 50 grams?
Yeah.
2 ounces or so?
Yeah, roughly.
Which is a good ratio. Yep. And what did you put it into? Have you tried it in cookies, or did you just use it on toast, or?
Oh, my dog's gonna start barking because the roast just got back. But it's in butter, and then I made some peanut butter, or coffee. I mean, I put butter in my coffee, and then I made some peanut butter.
You made peanut butter?
Well, I just mixed peanut butter with the butter.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, you're very ambitious making peanut butter.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's a little farmer over there. Our little Amish friend. Our Amish friend Beaner. There we go.
That's funny.
Butter and whoopie pies while he's at it.
Whoopie pies? I haven't had a whoopie pie since I was in jail in New Hampshire.
Yeah, well, whoopie pies are a big thing here in Pennsylvania.
Are they?
A lot of Amish. Yeah, you can go to an Amish market on just about every corner where we're at and get a big old pack of whoopie pies or one at a time. Yeah, they're very good.
All them Amish farmers could benefit from hemp.
See, that thing that I ate yesterday, that brownie thing, could have benefited if it would have had some whoopie pie in the middle of it. And then another brownie on the other side. Like, that brownie was good. Don't get me wrong. I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. But
well, that's part of it too, right?
I don't think that it would be something that I would but you know what I'm gonna say? My friend Lee Hacker, you know Lee Hacker. He's a DJ here at WTHC-Radio.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, of course I know who Lee is.
Yeah. He has a very hard time sleeping at nighttime.
Okay.
This fucking thing wanted me to sleep so fucking bad, I had to fight it. It was like I wanted to, it just made me so mellow.
So relaxed, eh?
Relaxed, my whole body.
How did it affect your like anxiety and stuff like that? Did it take those kind of things away?
In the beginning, I was anxious because I didn't know what I was taking.
Right.
But I said, fuck it, I'm going to do it, and we'll see what it's going to, Envy and I gave the package to Mississippi. I said, this is what I ate if I'm dead.
This is what to tell the first responders I consumed.
Yep, this is it. This is whatever I ate. And because I could have been allergic to whatever.
You never know. You never know.
Flour, yeah, it was a first timer for me. I'm not sure how I was supposed to feel. I would love to have Anna here again sometime, and she could tell us after we do our big experiment.
Well, you could always look up the product on our website too, and see what it's supposed to be.
Envy looked it up while we were hanging and he was getting drowsier, and then all of a sudden he was about to tell me all about it, but then he was out cold for like 2 hours.
How long did the
I would say 4 hours.
Well, how long did it take to start?
Fairly quick, actually. I would think in the first half hour, I started to feel a little weird.
First half hour, eh?
Yeah, within 30 minutes, I was starting to feel something. Envy looked at me and said, "Are you feeling okay?" And I said, "I feel a little weird. I don't know, maybe." And he was like, "Yeah, I don't know what to expect." But then he started to look it up and see what we were supposed to expect. And everything we were supposed to expect was coming true. I was, like I said, it was the most mellow I have felt since maybe that day that I did those 6 or 7 big rips of CBD that some guy made.
Okay.
And I felt that calm overwhelm. This was different though. It wasn't the same calm. I could still function. This was hard to function. Like I didn't want to get up out of the chair. Like
Could you see a use for it in your life? Like, is it something you could see using on a regular basis because it would give you some sort of benefit, or was it just too?
Yeah, definitely on nights where I might be having a hard time going to sleep, I wouldn't have an issue except for the taste. And it wasn't horrible. Like it was bad. Don't get me wrong. It was definitely, you could taste something underlying in there, but you could taste brownie as well. You know what I mean? Like you could taste weed sometimes when you eat an edible.
Yeah.
Like
which I personally like, but some people
do
don't.
too. But this. He kept saying it had like a DMT taste or something.
See, I wouldn't know that because I've never
had it. I felt
I've never licked a toad.
Yeah, me neither. But overall, I felt as though the taste wasn't great. The brownie was a very good brownie, and it had potential to be a very good brownie without whatever that extra little whatever it was
flavor. Yeah, because some flavors they just don't work well together.
No, I don't think it was hidden. You could taste it. I don't know. It was tough. I don't want to say anything bad because I want people to try it if they are interested.
Well, I'm curious to see if I get the package.
I hope you get one because
I started thinking about that. I had completely forgotten about it until yesterday, and then yesterday I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot I got something coming from over there." But I'm just wondering whether it's going to clear customs or not, or whether there's going to be any issues like that, right? Because
I don't think she sent any liquids.
She didn't send any cannabinoid products.
Right.
She was very clear about that when she messaged me. So I don't know when. I'm going to just take a look at my messages real quick and see when she actually sent that.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, we have them. Envy and I are going to be together in the morning before our show. We'll hook up with you.
Yeah, it was November 28th.
Yeah, it's
She
already
sent it.
December 7th, so I mean they should be any day now, I would think.
Yeah, it's got a clear customs. So, and I'm a little bit further away, so it's possible that there's no issues. It's just normal.
Yeah, it's still early enough to say, "Whew, we're still safe."
That's right. Today's Ozzy's birthday, huh? 75 today.
Whose birthday?
Ozzy.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Ozzy's birthday was like a couple days ago, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm just seeing the post right now.
December 3rd or 5th or 4th or something like that.
75, that crazy old guy.
Yeah. We were
Have
talking.
you ever seen him live?
I know. One of the only ones I've never got to see live. I'm very disappointed.
Strange guy, man. He reminds me, the way he jumps around on the stage and stuff, he reminds me of something you would find like in a bell tower, like a Quasimodo or a troll. You know what I mean? Like there's just something strange about him live. I've seen him
more shit fall out
as Ozzy, and I've seen it with Black Sabbath. So
really, you guys, so you're old. You saw him with
Black Sabbath. I've seen him with Black Sabbath
on a reunion tour or something later in life.
Yeah. It must have been. Oh man, it must have been.
I remember in the 80s. I think they got back together for a little.
No,
while.
I think it was probably in the later 90s.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was before I went to prison. It was in Montreal anyway, but
I was pretty fucking high back then. I don't remember much of that era.
Yeah, those were the days.
Beaner's over there yelling about something. Oh, not us. Okay. I thought he was
not
yelling.
us.
We're not messing up his show right now.
That's good.
He's okay with us. We're doing okay. I want to give a big shout out to all of our friends on CBG TV out there. Thank you so much for following and hanging out with us. And we love CBG TV. I want to give a big shout out to all of my wonderful sponsors. Make sure you go check them out. They have their apps and their websites and their places that you can find them. That being said, I wanted to say something else. Oh, Tailored Herbs and Concentrates. Don't forget. Still not one entry into the bong competition, Dr. High.
No,
it's very sad. Very sad.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have to make it, and that makes me sad. And I got breaking news. This just in. Bubba Kush. Bubba Kush is the strain of the day. CRS is officially woken up.
I grew Bubba Kush when I had the medical grow. One of the strains we grew.
He took a nap. My friendly hacker finally got a little sleep. I'm so happy.
Nice. Good for you.
I just got a message saying that he fell asleep and he apologized. No need to apologize. It's my fault.
How you doing, Zach? Great day in Ohio, eh?
You told
That's
me.
what we were saying. We were noticing we weren't seeing a lot of our normal Ohio viewers today. And we were speculating that you guys were out celebrating the first day of recreational legal cannabis today. So
be walking up
congratulations.
With a George Jefferson strut.
There we go.
Smoking my shit.
Instead of moving on up, it'd be smoking on up.
Yeah, that would be what I would be doing. Be like, yeah, baby.
Smoking on up.
Sitting on my front deck, passing joints to my neighbor, even if I hated him. Here, you need this, asshole.
Now, I wonder if they put any restrictions like on where cannabis can be consumed.
I think whatever the rules were that they went for ended up, they didn't change nothing. So however it ended, that's exactly what they went for. They were trying to change it, but then I don't know what happened, but I can only speculate that somebody in the higher up said, hey, dumbasses, you can't go against what the people voted for. And that's
what I'm wondering, like in Canada, right? You can smoke cannabis pretty much anywhere you can smoke cigarettes. Right. So they fall under the same rules unless specifically posted. Like at the airport.
The entity now. Hi, Envy. No changes to issue 2. Yeah. See, no changes. So that just makes everything better for like Billy Blaze, our friend at Holistic Cloud. You know, now they're able to continue to operate, because if they would have changed that shit, they would have screwed everybody. It would have been.
Yeah.
It would have
Well,
been.
and there may be an opportunity for them to expand what they're doing now too, if they haven't made substantial differences to the
now you're
legislation.
able to grow. The whole growing is okay. The whole.
I mean, that's good on the personal level, but what about for the dispensary side, right? With the recreational dispensaries, this is where the holistic cloud is well suited, right? To transitioning their business over to.
I've never really had the opportunity to sit down with our friend Billy Blaze. I've only been asking for a couple of years now. No, I'm just kidding. Billy Blaze is a very busy man. But no, when we get the opportunity, I would love to ask him about his whole plans, his past, his present, his future. He is now city councilman Blaze,
right?
Or whatever it is. Village councilman, I think he is. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait to talk to him. He was a major factor, a major force in Ohio being able. They made him shut his camera off at the recording at the hearing yesterday.
Well, yeah, because I guess sometimes they don't want to, especially when they're talking stupid. They don't want people being able to prove that they actually said it, right?
Well, yeah, but I think for some reason, he has the rights to have his camera on because of something that he does, because he's I don't know. We were talking about it, I forget, but yeah, see, it would have affected their medical program. It would have affected everything. They were trying to take it all away, what they were trying to do. Fuck everybody. That's what's sickening. So, Dr. High, I'm gonna talk to my friends, my helpers, my family in the back, and I've decided that we're gonna create a section on our website where you can go, anybody can go from your state, and we're gonna list all the people that always vote no against anything, and we're gonna have their phone numbers there, their addresses there, and we are going to do something else. What was the other thing, Beanbag? It was something else so that you can contact them. I don't remember. Something else.
Well, we can send them all copies of his cannabis medicine and silent sabotage.
Well, that's the whole thing too. And yeah, that. But right, just calling them out so that when you go to vote, you can come to WTHC or whatever website it's going to be called. And you'll be able to, because we're working on a new website right now. But once it's ready, and it's going fast, the young lady who's working on it is amazing. So it'll be up soon. Are
you using Hostinger?
I'm using I don't want to call her name. I'm using Katie.
Oh, okay. Katie's building it for you.
Yeah, Katie's amazing. She's
nice.
She's building shit in a matter of minutes, but then she doesn't listen to me and she doesn't sleep enough.
But I love her art. Like some of that art that she's creating, I think is phenomenal. I'd love to have a piece or two of that.
Well, we'll talk to her. But she, like I said, so yeah, we're gonna call them out. So if your state is one of them states that's illegal or totally illegal or never gonna be legal, you're gonna be able to go to our page and then find out who the jerks are, and we're gonna keep it updated, and you just vote those assholes out. That's all. Just vote them out. What do you think?
Well, that's it, right? We can't complain from our armchairs if we're not willing to actually go out and do something about it. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. The system is the way it is for a reason, and it takes us to determine who sits in power, right? It's up to the people to make that decision, but you have to go out and vote. You got to exercise rights.
Right. All right.
You know?
We got to run a commercial because I got a big dipshit throwing me a 0 down there. So I guess that means no more time left. Time for a commercial. We'll be right back. You're hanging on the Cannabis Chronicles with Da.Hippie and Doktor High. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Thorge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Thorge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Hey, Mrs. Hippie, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them on the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA.
They are badass.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking to have some crocheted made by hand stuff like your Grammy used to do for you? Then you need to check out You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets hats, she crochets animals, everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers, banners for your business. Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an I Hate My Ex sticker? She's got you covered. Anything, and I mean anything that you may need. She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok.
Well, I guess dipshit doesn't feel like running another commercial this time. I don't know what's up with this guy. Anyway, I thought we were going to be Eagles of Death Metaling it this time. Tomorrow night on In the Clouds with Da.Hippie and Envy the Entity, we will be having the Eagles of Death Metal, or at least some of the Eagles. Not all.
How did you get to those guys?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm curious because they obviously have some notoriety.
I'm a big record exec. I don't know if you know that or not.
Oh, Stoner Records.
Right. I'm a big record executive, and now I have connections. I can reach out to people and say, hey, dude, I'm stoned. I own a record label.
Are you going to get into what happened over there with them?
Oh, we're going full force. Yeah, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let him get away with that. He needs to tell us all about it. It was probably one of the biggest things ever happened in France. I mean, I'm sure there's bigger world.
Well, I mean that was worldwide coverage on that one. So
yeah.
You know?
So it's going to be an amazing interview. Everybody's going to want to be there. If you haven't heard, we started Doobies and Dragons last night. It was fantastic. What a great time. I really enjoyed it. I was a little nervous I wasn't going to enjoy it, but I've really gotten into my character. I get to carry lots of weed around with me. I get to get people high. I get to do magic.
That's funny. I get to get people high. I get to do magic. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had fun. We ended early, like I said, because I accidentally put a magic spell on Katie, and she was falling asleep. And
that's because you rolled a 3, right?
I needed to stop these two. They were like killing machines. They're out there trying to kill all the ogres and everything. And I'm like, oh. First of all, yeah, Katie.
Gandalf Gandalf, and
whatever his name is, big dumb guy.
And Spam.
And Spam.
The half-human halfling.
The halfling. Spam the halfling, who, like I said, had a very vicious spell put on her where she kept drifting off and falling asleep. And then big dumb guy, he was just swording up everybody, cutting everybody up, walking around like Sir Robin. Oh, I'm Sir Robin, I've come to figure out.
Robin.
Have you ever watched Monty Python Search for the Holy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the brave Sir Robin,
All the Monty Pythons to me are quite funny. I think
I
they're
love
great.
them all. You gotta be able to sit there and watch them, and then every time you watch it, you see more and more.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, I didn't even notice that the last time. Oh my God,
Well,
that's
and you know, for some people, it's difficult because British humor is a little bit dry, a little bit sarcastic. You know what I mean? Like, so not everybody
I have a friend Raggy from
gets it, right? Not everybody gets British comedy or
Very
British
dry.
humor, but I was raised by two people from England right off the boat, so I came to understand it quite well, and I've always loved it.
You're so funny.
And Gianna says, speaking of magic, she met Chris Angel.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool.
Did he make shit happen to you? Did he make you do magic stuff? Like, did he take a coin out of your cheek or something, or a goldfish out of your nostril? That would be
Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? When you watch like a Chris Angel TV special or a magician on television, I never know whether it's, you know what I mean, whether it's truly illusions or the trickery of the camera.
He was at the Kiss concert. Oh, lucky. You're always going to cool shit, man, Gigi.
What, Gianna went to the last Kiss show at Madison Square Garden the other day?
Yeah.
Because that was the final one.
This year.
Ever, I think they're done.
Oh, they'll be back. They say they're done every year. I've went to 4 final series.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I've been to 4 finals of Kiss already. I did not go to this year's final. I went to last year's final tour, their final tour. But no, this year I didn't go. I said they were horrible the year before. Why am I going to go see them again?
You know, I love their music, but
they're getting too old.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It would be like going to see the Stones now. Like, I love the Rolling Stones.
First concert ever.
But I wouldn't really be interested in going to see them now. Like, the last time I saw them was, 1980, 1984, 1985, something like that.
Steel Wheels.
You know?
Right then. That's what I'm talking about.
But
Gigi said she went and saw the Jonas Brothers. Bop. Bop.
That's not the Jonas Brothers, is it?
I don't know.
That's Hanson. I think they're called Hanson, those brothers.
That was the Jonas
sorry.
Brothers.
I'm ashamed to even be able to say that.
Embarrassing, sir.
It is. I don't know where that came from. It must have been
from either, but you're embarrassing yourself now.
I'm not supposed to know that, but thankfully, I don't know any Jonas Brothers.
I was the one singing it. I'm embarrassed for my own self. What am I doing to tell you?
The only thing I know about the Jonas Brothers is he does. They did this reality show.
There's a lot of girls.
Well, maybe, but he did this reality show where it was relatives of famous people, like the children of the daughter of Eddie Murphy, the grandson of Jimmy Carter, Donny Osmond's son, and they put them all in this mansion in L.A. together. But none of them know who each other is, and they have to try and figure it out throughout the course of the game to figure out who they're related to, right? And they have clues on the board and stuff, and it's kind of an interesting little show, you know. But that's what I know. That's the only place I ever see the Jonas Brothers. Oh,
Bop. You're a big fan. Don't lie.
Nick, Joe, and Kevin. She knows all the names.
She's a big fan too. Gigi's a big fan. But Gigi is very blessed. She gets to go and see lots of stuff. Her dad is pretty cool like me. I mean, like
that's good.
Like the big guy over here. And
you know, that's what makes life interesting, right? Is experience.
Yeah, she goes like to the Yankee game every week. She's like at the hockey game every other day. She's a very lucky young lady.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm very jealous. I want her dad.
It's cool because all those memories are what you take. You know what I mean? Those are what you get to hold on to.
Absolutely. She's got a room in her house. It's a kiss room. We should have her up on the show one night.
Yeah.
With Envy or up with us. Yeah. She has a room. It's a Kiss. Her dad has a room, I should say. It's a Kiss room. And it's got like guitars from Kiss. It's got all sorts of cool shit in there, man. I'm like, my jaw just hits the floor.
Oh, I mean,
records, gold records from Kiss, like all real shit though, not fake. You know, like they chill, they hang with Kiss. They're like, They're a chiropractor. Maybe they crack Gene's back.
It could have been. It could have been, right? You know, like wearing those big boots like that for hours every night, moving around on stage has got to be hard on something.
Lifting those legs.
You know? But, you know, until they did their solo records, I liked everything about their music. I still do. Like, you couldn't put on anything from Destroyer or
all of their
Kiss
music
Alive or Kiss Alive 2 or
all of their music is fantastic. I don't have a bad song. I mean, one or two maybe that I can be like, all right, we can skip this.
Yeah, but not many. Even Beth was okay.
Beth
Old Ace Frehley pulling one out.
Oh my God, I love Beth. It's probably one of my favorites. That's why my daughter named Elizabeth because, well, it worked out that my mom and my mother-in-law's not maiden names, confirmation name, both Elizabeth. So, but I wanted to name her Beth right from the beginning. That was her name.
Right.
So
I would have to say probably your Kiss song would be God of Thunder from Destroyer.
My favorite would probably be, I have a lot of them. I mean, my first one that I fell in love with was obviously
Rock City.
No. I fell in love with one. Fuck, I can't think right now. We don't have very much time either. The one that was very popular, the one that made, you know, like it was on.
Well, there were a few of those.
You burn with.
John, it says they even got the Gene Simmons axe guitar. That's very cool. Yeah, Strutter was good. Calling Dr. Love.
Strutter, Dr. Love, all of them. They're all
great. There's a lot of great ones.
Lick it up.
Lick it up.
Lick it up.
Yep.
Lick it up. I love it loud. I love it. Let's put the X in sex. Let's put the X in sex. Yeah, man. I love Gun. Yeah, Love Gun.
Yeah, Love Gun's another good one.
Love Gun.
Yeah, they have a lot of great music.
Anyway, I want to thank everybody so very, very much for being here and all the wonderful weed questions we've talked about today. You guys have been amazing. Black Diamond, yes, all of them. They're amazing. But they need to stop performing and making a scene of themselves. That's all. You can still make music in the little room in the back. Just stop going out on stage. You're getting too old. No offense.
As long as we're still having fun, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Frank. Stay high, stay safe. That's what we want everybody to do. Thanks for spending your time with us today. We appreciate it. Tomorrow is Friday.
Yeah.
So, you know,
don't forget Tailored Herbs and Concentrates. Get on over there because I haven't said them enough today. I apologize to them. Today is vape day. You go there, $5 off any vape product. It's also, there it is, $5 off every vape product you can find in the building. Today's Bubba Kush. Bubba Kush is the strain of the day. And get your entries in. If you're interested in winning a beautiful big bong, and you can hear my voice, that means anywhere in the world, because Live 365 is available everywhere in the world.
Worldwide.
That's a lie, because our friend Steve can't find them in Australia. But anyway, it is almost worldwide, so Steve, you can't play. But everybody else in the world can. You make a bong out of a gingerbread house, show us taking a hit of it, make a video, send it to Tailored, put it up on Tailored Herbs and Concentrates on their Facebook page, and you could be entered to win. All entries need to be in by the 23rd. I want to thank everybody for a wonderful day. Dr. High, I love you.
Peace. Love you too, brother.
Peace.
No persistence.
Just hang with me.